SmugMug says it's the ultimate all-in-one tool for photographers. Store your photos, share them, sell them, essentially the whole 9 yards, right? But is it actually any good? Or is it just another promising platform that really falls flat when you look at it? Look, I've spent years testing cloud storage services. It's literally what I do every day, right? So I jumped in, I tested everything, and I'm here to tell you whether SmugMug is worth your time and money. Now, SmugMug is a bit different from your typical cloud storage like pCloud or Google Drive, right? It's not just about backing up files or sharing them with someone. It gives you really tools to build a website, manage client work, and actually sell your photography. So if you're just basically looking for a place to, I don't know, dump your vacation photos, SmugMug is really, really overkill, right? Just head over to my pCloud review, which you can find here instead. I'll leave a link obviously here and also down in the description box below, because you'll be much, much better suited with a traditional cloud storage service that I keep recommending to most, say 90% of people. But if you're a photographer who wants to run your business from one platform, yeah, stick around. I'm walking you through the galleries, the selling tools, the website builder, and whether the pricing actually makes sense for you in your current state. Well, grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever drink you fancy, and let's dive in, shall we? Now, let's look at what SmugMug can do for you. And the best place to start is basically the galleries. And this is where SmugMug works like traditional cloud storage. You can basically upload your images directly in the browser like this, and you can create separate folders for organization, like I'm doing right here. Now, SmugMug markets this as a space to share work with clients, but honestly, I don't see why you can just use it as a simple backup solution, right? For personal photos, like for professional work, for whatever, basically, it's a pretty solid solution. And here is where SmugMug starts to stand out from the cloud storage pack and why I'm looking at it here in this channel anyways. You can add tons of data to your galleries, way more granular than cloud storage. Let me pull up this recent set of photos I uploaded, right? See all these tabs in the left-hand menu? I can really add descriptions. I can add keywords. If I want to, I can even create custom URLs. And there are some solid image protection tools in here too, right? I really like the watermark feature because protecting your intellectual property really, really matters, especially now with AI. It's super important. So I add watermarks like this when I send proofs to clients, for example. Once they approve and pay, I can simply remove the watermark and send the final. It's really a super clean workflow and something that I do like and that other cloud storage solutions just don't have. And one thing I found maybe a little odd about SmugMug is I couldn't find a search bar in the Organize tab. Turns out, unfortunately, there isn't one. So to search for files, you need to jump into the Library tab in the top menu like this, and then you can search. Maybe I'm a bit nitpicky here, but some search functionality in an area designed to organize your files, it does make a lot of sense to me, right? So I wonder why it's not there. And as you can see, the search feature is pretty basic. You'll need to know at least some of the file names you are searching for. Advanced cloud storage services, like for example, a Google Drive, uses machine learning to let you search by a description. So let's say you search for sunglasses, right? And it will bring up every beach selfie you've ever taken with a sunglass on. SmugMug just doesn't work like that. And I know I've spoken a lot about photos at this point, but you can also upload videos to SmugMug. Playback options are pretty limited though, and it's not something that is the main use case of this app. And I mean, just check this out. There are like no quality controls. You don't see any live captions. It's essentially just playback speed. That's the only adjustment that you can really make, which is obviously better than nothing, don't get me wrong. But this isn't a tool for handling videos, if you ask me. If you need a specific video handling and feedback solution, you're much better off by looking at dedicated solutions like Frame.io, for example. All right, let's talk about selling, right? Easily SmugMug's most unique feature, and I know a lot of you want to make some money off of your photography, so here's how it works. You make your images available to buy, and people can choose from paper prints, from canvases, and they can even get them printed on a mug. Yeah, well, that's great, right? So you set your own profit margins, aka you get to decide what to charge for your work. And by the way, SmugMug uses Fujifilm and WHCC to fulfill orders, and I've used both, and they deliver really good quality prints. So your customers, and maybe yourself even, will be happy when you order something. And I'm going to cover pricing in a bit, but here's what you need to know. The Pro plan gives you way more selling options. It's the top tier plan, and it lets you sell custom packages. So you could bundle single prints with photo books, for example. You can also create discount codes to encourage people to buy. And, well, for a nice personal touch, you can add your company logo and a thank you note inside the packaging. But again, that's only for the Pro plan. Now, another really cool thing about SmugMug is you can build your own website to show off your photography. Now, I'm not talking about like a super high-end WordPress website. This is more of a simple space to display images, share your professional experience, and let potential customers really get in touch with you, right? And honestly, the simplicity is what makes it work. You don't need to know coding or design. You just pick a template and make simple adjustments to dial it in, essentially. And let me show you what I mean. There are all these different themes to choose from with various color schemes and patterns. Gotta be honest, right? I find a lot of them either too tacky or just too boring. And if I compare this to website builders like Wix, for example, which has beautiful photography themed templates, SmugMug really needs to step up its design game here because competition is really, really tight in this space. Anyway, once you've chosen a template, adding new elements to the site is like pretty easy. You can just drag and drop like this to add things like menus, videos, or even a Google Calendar, right? It's great for potential customers to see your availability if you shoot events or portraits. Now, let me quickly cover integrations. There aren't many, but what's there can be really useful. The best one for me is the Lightroom integration, and I'm guessing a lot of you use Lightroom to edit your images, right? This lets you work with files you've already uploaded to your SmugMug account. The other two integrations are Flickr and Google Photos. Both let you sync the images you have in each app with your SmugMug account. And for me, this is great essentially for double backups. If something happens to one app, you've still got your photos in the other. So it's a good double strategy. All right. Let's talk security and privacy. We're looking at essentially two things here. Front-end security features, so like how can you protect your files, and back-end features, right? Which is what SmugMug does to prevent cyber attacks and data leaks. In terms of what you control, there are some decent options. If you're sharing files, you can add a unique password to each folder. I recommend this for client work because it gives them peace of mind that nobody else can access their images. But like if you're just sharing with a specific person, you can add context manually to shared files, or you can create a unique link and share that instead. Now for privacy, you've got full control over visibility. You can keep a gallery unlisted, you can make it public, or keep it completely private. Now, as a regular viewer, you know that I really love to dig into security and privacy policies. I mean, what else would I do on my Friday night, right? But seriously, this is where we learn what a company actually does to keep your data safe, or at least that should be the case. With SmugMug, there is no clear info about what security measures they are using to protect your files. For example, the industry standard is 256-bit encryption with TLS or SSL encryption. These protocols keep files safe when they're uploading, and then when they're uploading, and then when they're stored on company servers, right? And SmugMug doesn't mention any of this. So I reached out, and they told me they use Amazon Web Services, which uses standard encryption. And honestly, this info should be way easier to find. For privacy, there is no client-side encryption, so SmugMug can technically scan your images. There is no mention anywhere of whether they do or not, but if you want full privacy, SmugMug really probably isn't it. My team ran some speed tests, and well, if cloud storage had a split personality, it'd be SmugMug, because it has some of the worst upload speeds I've seen in a minute, and some pretty decent download speeds. Well, here is how we test. We run uploads and downloads on a computer in Dublin, Ireland, and we upload a 5 GB folder with different file types using a 1 GB internet connection. To make it relevant for users around the world, we then throttle the speeds down to 100 megabits, run the test twice, and then we basically get the average. For uploads, SmugMug came in at around 32 minutes on a 100 megabits per second connection, and around 31 minutes on 1 gigabit per second. And for context, most leading services clock in between 7 to 8 minutes, and SmugMug is slow, like painfully slow. You'll definitely feel it if you're backing up a large set of raw files, right? And if speed matters to you, I mean, you're gonna really want to look elsewhere. And for professional photographers, I know that speed sometimes is everything. So while they're saying that there are for professional photographers as well, it's kind of hard to get a feel of why they're not faster, why they don't prioritize speed above anything else. But that's just my humble opinion. So downloads were actually decent. We got them done in just under 8 minutes on a 100 megabit per second connection, and just over 7 minutes on 1 gigabit per second. And if you're sharing files with clients, these speeds will probably keep them happy. But if you're going to feel the frustration on your end when you're uploading, don't say I didn't warn you. We test every major cloud storage provider every single year here at CloudWords, and let me tell you, the results change every single time. So if you want to get the new 2026 speed testing report when it comes out in a few weeks, make sure to sign up for my newsletter in the description box below. It's chock full of interesting news stories, deep dives into complicated topics, and amazing exclusive deals on software. Best of all, obviously, it's free. Okay, time to look at plans and pricing. SmugMug has 3 options: Direct, Portfolio, and Pro. There's also an enterprise plan, but unless you are a giant corporation, it's really not going to be for you. You get the best value if you sign up for a 12-month subscription. The direct plan works out to about $20 a month. The portfolio plan is around $25 a month, and the pro plan is roughly $40 a month. And keep in mind, these are annual prices, so expect to pay more per month if you go the month-to-month route, right? But what do you actually get? Well, here's the great news. All plans come with unlimited storage, and that's super, right? You don't have to worry about storage ever again, basically. But here's the catch. If you're uploading raw files, you pay an extra $5 for each terabyte of raw storage you use. Still, if you're working solely with JPEGs, unlimited storage is pretty sweet. But I don't like this separation, right? If you advertise unlimited storage, I want to have unlimited storage no matter what file I upload, right? So looking at them side by side, the main difference between Direct and Portfolio are the selling tools. On the Portfolio plan, you can integrate PayPal and credit cards for payments, and it also removes credit card processing fees and adds automatic tax collection, so you don't have to deal with it manually. Is this worth the extra $3 a month? Sure. Well, if you're selling at high volume, but if you mainly want to back up photos and build an online portfolio, the entry plan just works fine, right? Now, the Pro plan gives you everything in Portfolio plus some useful extras. You can control how many times a client downloads images from a folder. There's a feature that lets clients favorite images, which makes getting approvals way easier. You can add price lists to different galleries and, like I mentioned earlier, add branding to items you sell. And for me, this is the plan for established photographers. You're working with regular clients at like high volume, and those extra features just make your life easier. And by the way, you get a 14-day free trial on all plans, so try them out to essentially see which one fits your bill best. Now, before I get to the final verdict of SmugMug, do you know what will help me out? If you hit that subscribe button. I test cloud storage services like this all the time, also specialty cloud storage services like this one. And if you want to see like more honest reviews that actually show you how the stuff works, subscribing means you won't miss them. Plus, it tells YouTube to show these videos to more people who need them. And if you hit the bell icon, you get notified when we release a new video. So, who is SmugMug for? It's honestly a bit strange because it does a lot of things, but doesn't do any of them the best, I would say. Let me explain. If you're a photographer who just wants online cloud backup, I'm not recommending SmugMug. Go with pCloud, go with sync.com, or even Google Drive. Both offer way better cloud storage software with all the sharing tools that you might need in your photography business, right? If you're a photographer who wants something more professional than a social, than just sharing photos on social media, like a website, I'm still not recommending SmugMug. I mean, look at website builders. I mean, we've covered Wix. There are a dozen of other website builders out there, Squarespace. They have way more beautiful templates and they're much more customizable. And honestly, if you just want to sell prints, I just tell you, just open an Etsy store, right? That might be just the best bang for your buck. But, and here is the big but, if you want one platform that brings all of them together, then SmugMug has something going for it. I do like the user interface overall. It's easy for your clients to use. So if you're that photographer, the one who doesn't want to juggle multiple programs, SmugMug can definitely be quite useful. I'm curious what you think. Is SmugMug a solid tool for photographers? Is there another platform photographers should consider instead? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next video here on the channel. Until next time, see ya.